Might turn on your radio there just to make sure that, just in case anyone does it.
They're run by O'Brien's Bridge.
First thing to do, get a second opinion for your teammate, and then if you feel that you want to go over and engage with that person, then do so. Okay? The supervisor, we're always here on the radio, we're one call away. Anyone who's lived in Galway for even 1 year or longer, people know that that this river has claimed a lot of lives over the decades. Suicide prevention is everyone's business, and I think that proactively there's a lot that people can do, and there's a lot of very vulnerable people out there, and I think that we have an opportunity to help them. There came a point where there was enough deaths had happened, and people were saying, what can we do? And people have been asking the council, what can they do? Suicide is a horrible thing, and people can blame not enough services, and government need to do more, and this and this. And sometimes it's actually about, there just needs to be a person there for when someone is at their lowest. And we're willing to be there as listening ear and to help connect with emergency services.
In Galway, around the city, you have something roughly about 26 to 27 kilometres of water that's unprotected. And people could be maybe lose contact with their friends, go wander on their own. They're not too familiar with the area, and you're watching out for people that could be very vulnerable between alcohol, could be drugs. And it's not just suicides as well. You have a lot of accidents. People just getting vulnerable. Between one thing and another, and as you can see yourself around here, you have water everywhere.
Which one do you feel is more common, that you're preventing suicides or accidents?
Probably accidents, because unfortunately you do have a lot of alcohol problems, basically, and especially in the summer times, you do have a lot of, with the good weather, a lot of people seem to this attraction towards water, especially with the canals and along by the docks.
I think the key for Claddagh Watch is really getting people from different walks of life, getting people of all different ages to actually engage. Whether it's for a day a month, whether it's 2 days a month, whether it's whatever. But the idea is you get people to be socially engaged in the organisation. I think there's a simple fact that you see, the Claddagh Watch, the uniforms, they see us walking around, which obviously raises a profile in Galway for the problems that potentially could happen.
I was there where we pulled the person off the bridge, was about to jump in, and an hour later they were back. And it's difficult, and I think one thing that we try and do that maybe is missing is we really try and encourage people to get help on their own terms. And we want people to want to help themselves. And it gets quite difficult when a person doesn't want to accept help. And I think that once a person is open to getting help, it's there. And as much as we can. And it is difficult. And I know that there are people who've turned up who needed help in a moment, and it's been difficult to find. That's outside of our control. We still, and there are a few people that's happened to, but we still just operate and say, look, if a person turned up again an hour later, we act as if it's there the first time, we go and we help them. And if there are some people, we've met the same person over a number of months who's turned up different times, and it's just right. It's about trying to get through the night right now. A lot of people want to be able to make an impact, and they want to be able to give up their time. They maybe don't feel they have the skills, and we make it very clear we're not counsellors, we're not therapists, we're not trying to treat people, but we're there as a point of contact. And I guess, we have one volunteer now, it's his first night, he's here, and one part of his job is to stay with us, shadow us, learn, and as you go along, communicate what you see to the team.
My name's Sean, this is my first night on the Watch Patrol, and I'm just finished college for financial maths and economics. I suppose I'm from Galway, and I see the watch, and I just think it's just a really good thing for Galway, especially the amount of people falling in over the last few years. So yeah, I just want to be able to help, play my part. The thing is to get people before they go in the water. Look out for people that look like they might fall in, or people that look a bit depressed or something. Just go up and talk to them, or if people are kind of drunk and stumbling, maybe go up and ask them if they don't mind standing away from the water and walking away, or if someone's leaning against a ledge, just maybe ask them if it'd be okay for them to, sit away from the water, because it is dangerous to lean in and people do fall in. Just anyway.
If before this, I didn't really understand, and it is only as you work here, or as you as you stand on the bridge, or as you patrol, that you get to understand what it means to people. And you have everybody coming up telling us what it means to them. So I think it is good. And you go home every evening after this saying, I did something good. So yeah.